Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're digging into the very latest crypto outlook. This one's from Vantage Plus, literally hot off the presses from yesterday, June 23rd, 2025. Our mission, like always, is to, cut through all the noise and give you a real shortcut to understanding what's actually happening in the crypto markets. You shared these sources with us, and yeah, we're ready to unpack them. The big headline seems to be a market correction after what's been, well, a pretty strong rally. So let's unpack that. What's driving this shift? Maybe you can start with the overall market sentiment. It feels like traders are taking profits off the table, and there's this expectation maybe that the downside move isn't over yet. What forces are at play here?
Yeah, it's interesting how a few things are coming together right now. You've got the fear and greed index, which tracks sentiment. It's dropped 5 points.
Okay.
Now sitting at 49. So that's bang in the middle, neutral territory. A real cooling off from where we were.
Right, definitely a shift.
And then you add in geopolitical stuff. The situation between Iran and Israel, that's causing setbacks.
Yeah.
And if that escalates further, well, that could easily trigger more selling, more market falls. Plus, we're seeing the NASDAQ trading weaker too. And that acts as like a barometer for lots of tokens, pulls them down with it.
Okay, so sentiment, geopolitics, wider market correlation. Makes sense. But here's something that really caught my eye in the sources. Despite all this, some analysts are still calling Bitcoin a potential safe haven. Some even suggest it might push up to new highs, which, feels a bit counterintuitive right now. Let's look at Bitcoin then. Trading around what? USD 99,593. What's the chart telling us about this correction? And maybe more importantly, can it actually decouple from everything else that's going on?
Well, connecting it back, Bitcoin's price is definitely feeling the heat from a stronger dollar and those geopolitical issues we just mentioned. No doubt about it. Well, yes, the weekly chart technically shows prices are still in an uptrend, but they've clearly stopped rising. The momentum stalled. The correction looks set to continue for now. And you see those wigs on the recent candles where price tries to push up but gets smacked back down.
Yeah, those long upper shadows.
Exactly. They show a really strong cap, like sellers are just waiting. It signals a lack of real buying conviction up there.
Okay.
And falling below that big psychological level, USD 100,000, that could really ramp up the negative feeling. It sort of challenges that whole safe haven idea, at least in the short term.
That's a really clear picture from the candles themselves. Okay, let's pivot. Ethereum, trading at USD 2,187. Is it just mirroring Bitcoin, or is there anything different happening there?
It's looking pretty similar, honestly. Ethereum also seems set to weaken a bit more. That generally bullish monthly chart, it's kind of fading. Prices might even break below the 50 moving average again.
Which is a key short-term trend indicator traders watch, right?
Precisely. And on the weekly chart, it's already trading below that average. So that points towards a retest of the USD 2200 support zone, that level. It's going to be absolutely critical for where it goes next.
Right. Watching that 2200 level on Ethereum. What about Ripple? It's at USD 1.9688. Any unique signals there?
Ripple's still stuck below its 50 moving average on the daily chart. So yeah, the expectation is for a fallback, probably to a lower price range.
More downside expected there too.
But there is a potential turning point on the daily chart. And it's an if, but if it can manage to push decisively above the USD 2.3500 zone,
okay,
then you could see positive momentum pick up quite a bit. So that's the level to watch for a potential reversal.
Got it. A key upside level for Ripple. And finally, Solana. SOL at USD 129.75. What's the story there? It can be quite volatile.
Yeah, Solana. The long-term charts are strongly suggesting more downside momentum is likely.
Yeah.
Got capped by a technical pattern, a pin bar candlestick on the monthly chart.
A pin bar, that's usually a bearish sign, right?
Yeah.
Indicates reversal pressure.
Exactly. It's often a strong signal of downward pressure kicking in. So traders should probably brace for more downside for now. Any real positive shift. That might only come if it manages to reclaim the USD 175.00 level. Until then, the bears could really push things lower.
Okay, so summing this up for everyone watching these markets, it really feels like we're in a phase where specific technical levels combined with these bigger market forces are creating some serious headwinds for a lot of crypto assets. It's a tricky environment.
Definitely. And it brings up a really important question for you, the listener, to think about. How do these specific support and resistance levels, we've talked about the technicals, how do they interact with the bigger picture? The global economy, the geopolitical tensions. How does combining those influence your understanding of why the market is behaving the way it is? It's not just the price number.
Right.
It's about the why behind the move.
Exactly. So keep a close eye on those key levels we mentioned for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, and Solana, and definitely consider how that broader global landscape keeps impacting these digital assets. What stands out most to you from this deep dive? Thanks for joining us for another deep dive into your sources.